Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Unit Lost. I'm Stylosa, and with BlizzCon just around the corner, I thought it would be really fun to try and speculate as to what sort of crazy announcements we're going to get in regards to Overwatch. Now, when the BlizzCon opening ceremony finishes on November the 4th, there are times coming up on the screen right now. On my stream, which is twitch.tv/Unit Lost, again, details are on the screen, I will be streaming what will most likely be the very first gameplay footage of whatever the hell Blizzard are announcing, of course, if you don't include like announcement trailers and whatever the hell Blizzard show at the opening ceremony. So that is going to be huge, so do be there for that. Now, also, I don't know what the hell this stuff is going to be. Yes, most likely it's going to be Sombra, you know, the Sombra ARGs finishing and all of that stuff. But we might get some other stuff. And I thought in this video, what we're going to do is just sort of speculate and go crazy with wild ideas. So yes, before we start, I have no idea what is going to happen at BlizzCon. Blizzard have said nothing to me. They've just said, hey, do you want to stream the new content? So I went, hey, Blizzard, what's the new content? And they were like, hey, we can't tell you that. I was like, oh, okay. So, what are we going to get? New hero, right? We've got to get Sombra. If we don't get Sombra, there's probably going to be an absolutely massive world-ending riot on the internet. It will explode. It will be crazy. So we'll get Sombra, right? Pretty much guaranteed. But here's the thing, right? Is that enough? Or do you think Blizzard have got other stuff for us? Now, PvE mode. This is something that I really want. Now, we've played Junkenstein's Revenge during the Halloween event, and we know how good this is. PvE in Overwatch has been proven to be a fantastic mode. And especially the way that they implemented it with Junkenstein's Revenge, which, let's be honest, is not that complicated. It's got typical Blizzard polish and all of that, but it's just a four-man sort of set hero co-op mode against hordes of enemies. You don't really need great AI for that. You just send the bots at you and you just kill them, or the Zomnics or whatever the hell they're called. So, you know, it was fun. It was really fun. It was the most fun brawl that I've played, and I've played, I think I've got all the achievements for Junkenstein's Revenge. Really fun, super fun. The fact is, everybody who's played that thinks it's awesome. So we need a PvE mode. The Halloween Terror event is about to finish, so Junkenstein's Revenge is going to disappear. We need something to replace this. Now, I threw some wild speculation out last week on maybe we'll get some sort of Dorado PvE mode. Now, there were a couple of emails which are part of the Sombra ARG, and it talks about Omnics being used to defend Lumerico personnel. So maybe there'll be some sort of like Omnic Horde mode in the Ziggurat, which is the power plant at the end of Dorado. You know, maybe something like that. It would be really interesting. I mean, of course, they could go maybe the other way and sort of bring us the kind of PvE hero origin stories, which I spoke about in a video a couple of weeks ago. I thought it would be so cool if they did that, you know, maybe playing through Tracer's accident and all of that stuff, or any other origin story for any of the heroes. That could be really fantastic. But I think Blizzard have proved to me that, or rather proven, having like a 4-player sort of co-op mode probably will be a lot more exciting than just a single-player sort of thing. So I don't really want single-player, I want more co-op stuff. Whether that's duo, triple, 4, or even full 6-man teams. Or even more, you know, whatever, like a 12-man mode or something. That could be crazy if that was a thing. Holy hell. Go wild, guys, in the comments below with just what you think PvE modes could be. New maps could be another thing as well. So we could get some new maps. I think in some of the developer update videos, they did say, yeah, they've got a couple of new maps that are in various phases of readiness. It would be nice to see a new map at BlizzCon. We did get a new map at Gamescom, but that's all we really got. So, I don't know, like, new maps are good. We always need new maps. I mean, Iconvolt is a pretty good map as well. So I would like to see what other maps they can come out with, like following on from Iconvolt, because you can clearly see when you look at the maps, if you look at things like Anubis and Hanamura, I guess Hanamura and like Volskaya specifically, you can kind of tell they're old maps just by the way they've been sort of, you know, the way that they work. Like when you look at the newer maps, they look, you know, they feel a bit more different. The next thing we've got is game modes. Now, if I had any criticism to level against Overwatch, it would honestly be the lack of game modes. Now, what we've got is Assault. So this is your standard capture point map. This is your Temple of Anubis. So you go in, capture the first point, capture the second point, and that's it. Then you've got Payload, or it's not called Payload, is it? I forgot what it's called. It's a Payload. I've always called them Payload. Is it Escort? I don't know. Payload. That's what I'm going to call it. So your like Route 66 map, where you got the payload straight away and you move the payload all the way through the map. Or Dorado, same sort of thing. And then you've got the hybrid mode, so you've got the capture point and the payload mixed together. So things like Numbani, where you have to go in and capture a point and then move the payload, or look at King's Row, where you go in and capture a point then move the payload. And then of course we've got the King of the Hill, which I think is Control Point, I think it's officially called, but King of the Hill. So you've got your Nepal, you've got your Ilios, and you just fight over a central location. Those are great, but we need more. Now, in the past, they've spoken about things like Capture the Flag and how it would be impossible to implement. And if we talk about Capture the Flag for a moment, that kind of shows how difficult it is to put new game modes into Overwatch. When you've got all these heroes with different skills and abilities, you've got something like Capture the Flag, which is dependent on speed. People like Tracer, Genji, Winston, D.Va, they're going to be must picks in that. Lucio as well. You're going to need them, right? Because if you don't have them, you won't have the speed. Now, Blizzard don't want to do that. They categorically do not want game modes where you're just going to use one hero. Like, Tracer would be OP. You know, she would get the flag and she could move dead quick. How would you stop her? You'd have to have a Tracer. Like, on the other hand, you wouldn't really take a Roadhog because he's too slow. He's not really going to get anything done. So that's a problem. Like, how do they come up with new game modes that are not centered around fighting on a point on a map? You see, almost every single game mode, and this is it even includes when you've got the payload and you're moving the payload through certain areas of the map. The payload is something to fight around. The capture points are something to fight around. Like, you can't just go in and have like a free-for-all or have like a capture the flag kind of mode, because it's very difficult to balance that given with the, you know, the differences in the hero design that Overwatch has got. So it makes it almost impossible to do. So if they do come out with new game modes, honestly, for me, that would be really, really interesting, because these are things you can't just shoehorn game modes into Overwatch, because it's just like, it would break the balance. So it's such an insanely difficult thing to do. So if they do come up with new game modes, I'm going to be all ears to that. But what do you guys think they could do? Let me know in the comments below. Spectator mode as well. Now, this is maybe not as exciting, but I've just been watching the Overwatch World Cup, and the casters are using statistics. Now, this is something which has been missing from Overwatch, but they have said this is going to be something which will be added to the spectator client in the future. So you imagine if you're watching any kind of traditional sport, so American football, or maybe even just normal football or soccer, or ice hockey, or rugby, any sport. You get stats that come across the screen, don't you? Like possession stats, how many shots on target, you know, who scored the most goals, who's made the most blocks or tackles. You get that kind of stuff coming up on the screen. Well, during the Overwatch World Cup, the casters have been saying things like, Team Canada have 130 eliminations, and Team, I don't know, USA have 250 eliminations, and they compare them. We don't actually have a visual representation of this on the screen yet. I guess this is something that they're working on, but it is nice to see that, and it would be nice to see some sort of reveal at BlizzCon for that. I was, in the back of my mind, hoping that the Overwatch World Cup would be this. So this kind of does sort of indicate to the fact that, yes, they probably won't announce anything further at BlizzCon, because it would be ideal, right? It's like a Overwatch esports show match event. So if they were going to add a spectator system, they probably would have done it for that. So just go wild, guys, in the comments below. What do you think Blizzard could announce beyond Sombra? It is pretty much a given that we are going to get Sombra, and yeah, but is that the only thing we're going to get? Are we going to get more? Are we going to get information on maybe like an Overwatch expansion? Are we going to get information on, you know, the way the game's going to evolve? Maybe we're going to get Sombra and then teased another hero. Maybe we get Doomfist. Who even knows, ladies and gentlemen? Just go wild in the comments below. It's going to be super interesting to read this, because I wrote like a document of just loads of points I wanted to hit, and basically we're going to get a new hero. We're going to get, well, are we going to get PvE modes? Maybe we'll get a PvE mode. Maybe we'll get a new map. Maybe we'll get new game modes. The spectator tool, maybe that'll be something. But what else could we have? Holy hell. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been Stylosa. This is Unit Lost. If you enjoyed the video, then like the video, subscribe to the channel. Remember to follow me on Twitter, which is @UnitLostGaming, and also follow me on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/UnitLost. And I will catch you on the next one, guys. Toodaloo.